time of day you're sharing with me brings you to your mat in good spirit. If not, then this practice will help lift your mood and also giving you that glimpse of physical and emotional freedom. As we reach for more using Wild Thing, a little variation of kind of downward dog. It's quite a modern pose, but it's interpreted through downward dog. Good, so we're going to start sitting down on our mats. You just need time for yourself today, so nothing else matters. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. So for me, sitting on the floor isn't a problem at all. In fact, I do it a lot. For many people, it's uncomfortable because of tight hips. You can sit on that. If you've got a yoga brick, you can sit on the yoga brick. You can sit on a pile of cushions. Just to remind you that elevating your hips a little higher than the knees, particularly if you're tight in the hips, is of great benefit. It allows you to be more open without that extra effort forcing anything to be where it doesn't want to be. Good. So let's just start by rolling the shoulders up, back and down. You can do that a few times, eyes open or closed. You can have your hands resting on the legs and keep the shoulders soft and the elbows relaxed so that you probably feel your hands moving a little bit on the legs as you circle. This time finish with the shoulders back and down and connect to your shoulder blades and let your shoulder blades slide down your back. And with your eyes closed, begin to take long, slow breaths. So we're starting today with 5 long, slow breaths. One more breath here. And after your next exhalation, open your eyes and make your way back down onto your mat. So just going to reconnect with the core with a few movements, a few Pilates movements actually. And remember some of the principles of Pilates, 2 of those are control and precision. So that's what we're just going to think about for these next few things that we do. So coming onto your mat, in your neutral spine, we're just going to engage the tummy, so navel to spine, so you can feel your back from that little curve that'll start to flatten out towards the mat. It's not an overly aggressive movement, so we're not trying to jam it into the floor, we're just creating support of that area by firming up through the navel centre. Once you've got that, just lift your right leg to tabletop, okay? You may find that you'd rather work with individual sides, in which case you can do 4 on the right in this way, and then change. The main thing you're looking to do is create stability through the abdominal area, so your hips aren't rocking from side to side. And also you're just not flapping the lower leg up and down like this. So it's as if your leg is glued in this 90-degree position, but all you're doing is reaching for the floor with that leg in that same shape. And you'll find it because you know it's there. Alright? So you can do 4 on the right, 4 on the left, or you can go straight into the double leg movement. Either way, keep that back supported, navel to spine. Release the right leg. Keep that attention on the abdominal area. Relax your head into the floor. And just check your chin hasn't started to point up to the ceiling. And then notice as soon as you lift the left leg, how much extra work that is for your tummy. Good. You can have your arms down by your side, lightly pressing into the floor with your arms and hands. Good. Here we go, right leg. And then left leg. We'll breathe in, take the leg away. And we'll breathe out, bring the leg back. Left side. So control and precision. So no rush. Keep that back exactly as it is. As you take the weight of the leg forwards, your hips are going to want to follow you. you're controlling that with that strong abdominal engagement there. Good. Now we're going to change the breath. We're going to breathe in here, exhale a leg away. Breathe in, leg back towards you, exhale a leg away. Let's do one more on each side. Got cramp in my foot. The other side, good. Staying in your tabletop position, I'd like you to breathe in, and as you breathe out, curl up and bring both knees in towards you. You're trying to come up onto the tip of your shoulder blades really, and if that doesn't work for you, try and get at least the back of your shoulders off your mat. We're going to keep both hands on the right shin as we extend the left leg, and then we're going to switch. So it's still control and precision. You're trying to avoid rocking or involving any other part of your body. Switch, 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 switch. Well done. You'll start to kind of kick in quite quickly, so you may already be aware of your tummy, which is exactly what we're trying to do. Find those muscles and engage them. Good. One more with the right knee in, one more with the left knee in. Now stay up off your mat if you can. Bring both knees in, both hands on the shins. Okay. Breathe in, extend legs out, arms by ears. Exhale, circle the arms. Bring the knees in, hands back to the shins. Good. Watch that lower back. All right. If you need to, take your legs a little higher. All right. That's a little less challenging. Still challenging. Try and relax your neck. Good, two more. Last one. Good, again, stay up if you can. Bring your hands behind your head. And feel the weight of your head in your hands. Good. Lost my train of thought there for a sec. Legs up to the ceiling. So you're going to breathe in, take the legs to 45 degrees. Turn the feet out slightly and exhale, bring them back up. If you find that too much, head and shoulders down. And just reduce the range of movement, so you're not taking your legs to 45 degrees. That is quite a challenging place for your legs to be. But just do that little turn out. So you're turning your legs out. Remember, you turn out from the hips rather than the feet. So roll your thigh bones away a little bit. Good. Good. Breathe in, 45, and breathe out left. Good. Two more. Last one. Fold your knees onto your chest. Release the weight of your head into your mat. Give your legs a little squeeze in towards you. Pop your feet down, stretch your legs out and reach your arms up. Take a breath in. Allow the front of your body to expand and lengthen. The back release softly from the floor. Exhale and pop your arms down by your side. Just lying on your back in Shavasana for a moment, and I'll pop up so I can chat to you. So always keep that idea of control and precision with you today, even when we're working in more of a yoga way, and that will just help you maintain the support from the muscular aspect of what we're doing. Brilliant. So each breath that you're going to do is going to be long and slow, a bit like the breaths we did right at the beginning when we were sitting on the mat. So coming up, onto all fours. When you're ready, take your time, because I've been sitting up, don't forget. Take your time. Take the bits off your mat if you need to. Good. Spread your fingers nice and wide and really press away through your hands. Good. We're going to do cat-cow, but lovely and slowly. Think of slow and delicious. Use those words to describe what you're going to do now. So breathing in, tail lifts, chest expands forwards, chin lifts, but navel just stays connected towards that inward lift. Exhale, lift the navel even more as you round and curl everything in towards the centre. Breathe in. And breathe out. Well done. So 3 more of those. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. The final one. We breathe in, and we tuck our toes and make our way to downward dog. And just wiggle your way there. So wiggle your way into downward dog. Find your way there. Take just the one breath here. And then when you're ready, walk your feet towards your hands. Come towards the short end of your mat. Take a breath in. And as you exhale this time, slowly unround to standing. Finish that exhalation when you're upright. Then breathe in, arms out and up. And exhale your hands back to your heart center. Good, so we're just going to do one round of Surya Namaskar A. And we're going to use those two words again, slow and delicious. And I'd just like you to find, if you can, the relationship of your arms and chest and see how open or restricted or tight they are with each other, okay? So just one round of Surya Namaskar A. Good. Hands at the heart center. Take a breath in. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, and as you exhale, release them back and down. Arms down by your side. Good. Arms out and up, breathe in. Soften the knees as you dive forwards, navel to spine. Think the same action that we did when we were doing those little Pilates movements at the beginning. As you come down to your legs or to the floor. Come up halfway, breathe in. Exhale, hands firm against the floor, step back to downward dog. Good. We're going to come forwards into plank, knees down. We're going to have a little go at supported chaturanga today. So chaturanga, shoulders come forward, so you bend your arms to this position. All right, if that's not you, turn your hands in slightly and let your elbows go out to the side. You're just going to find and feel the relationship now between your arms and your chest as you slowly lower to the floor. Arms and chest again as you breathe into cobra, shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Exhale, hands and knees, downward dog. So take a breath in through the nose here, out through the nose, and then release your knees. Sit on your heels and take a breath or two with your eyes closed. So we are going to return to downward dog, but we're going to kind of talk our way into downward dog. So the last thing we do will be lift the hips. So we'll work our way through all the support that we need to get into downward dog, and then we'll find our way there. Okay, good. So coming onto all fours again. Once we get to downward dog, we're going to take 5 slow deep breaths. Have a little wiggle through the shoulders, and then let the rest of the body join in. So try not to be too rigid in your thoughts here as much as the body. Just let your body move. Don't worry about how it's moving. Just enjoy waking your body up a bit. Good. Now come back to the all fours position. Really engage with your hands again. So press those hands down and firm up through the pads of your fingers. And lift your armpits. So notice how that kind of tones and can affect your arms. So lifting the armpits. Alright? Tuck your toes. Keep that turning effect in the arms. So you've got the little pads of your fingers and your thumb lightly pressing and clawing into the floor without your hands curling away from your mat. Keep that action lifting up and out of the armpits as you exhale and start to make your way to downward dog with deeply bent legs. Really, really, really slowly, like you're moving through treacle. Keep the lift. It's so easy to collapse down once you're up, so keep lifting up and out of your armpits. And extend your heart. So look forwards and extend your heart towards a space between your hands, and then engage the navel to support the lower back. Close your eyes, readjust your head now so the ears are more or less in line with the inner upper arms. Keep that breath flowing, eyes closed. And feel the length of the spine and the length of the back of the legs. The energy from the sort of sitting bones all the way down to the heels. Keep Keep those armpits lifted. Soften the knees. Then walk again. Walk your feet to your hands. Come up halfway, breathe in. Firm up through the navel. Exhale and fold. Let's just take the feet. In your mind, you've got your feet as wide as your sitting bones. So it's kind of not hip width and it's not shoulder width. It's that sitting bone. You try and get that nice straight line down. Just like we spoke about in downward dog, from the sitting bones to the heels. You're going to interlake your fingers behind you. And then you're going to bend your elbows so they're as wide as your shoulders. Okay? And that just helps kind of keep everything a little bit more open. Good. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, allow your body to fall forwards. Maybe soften the knees. Perhaps soft knees to begin with. And then as the arms lift up and over, this time you're allowing gravity to draw your armpits down towards the floor. Keep those elbows soft. Whenever it feels appropriate for you, you can straighten your legs, or you can do one leg bent, one leg straight for a breath or two, and then change and end up with your legs a little bit straighter. But allow gravity to draw those armpits down towards the floor. Well done. Now take your attention to your feet and press down through your feet so your legs are strong. See if that changes the feel. So press down through your feet. Now it's quite a challenge to do that and not lift up. So also think that some kind person was behind you and you're lightly pressing down the back of your hips. Alright, and so the thigh bones are pressing down and they're pressing the lower leg bones down. So you're grounding down through your legs. That can sometimes really soften the upper body, so you may find you get into a slightly deeper forward fold. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Relax the crown of the head towards the floor. Good. Well done. So gently allow the arms to just separate, so let the arms float out to the side. Look at the floor. Firm up through your hands. Soften the knees if you need to get your hands firmly connected to your mat, and step back to downward dog. And see if that feels any different. After having that little release across the shoulders and the chest, you may find downward dog feels softer, less of a challenge. But keep the idea of the armpits lifting here so you're not collapsing down. Pressing the floor away with your hands. Well done. So looking forwards, step your left foot towards your left hand and spin your right heel down to the centre back of the mat. Good. We're going to come up for side angle, so just sweep your right arm forwards and up and come up into Warrior Two briefly. And maybe going the opposite way to you. But it's left foot anyway, or you're working with your left foot in this bent leg position. So we're going to bring the right arm behind the back and settle the left forearm onto the left thigh. Good. Very often we're so keen to get into a posture, we forget about everything we need to be aware of before we get there. So we'll work through those little stages now. So your right arm's behind your back. You've got a little bit of weight on this left arm, but basically, let's try it. Reach your left arm towards me. So the body position isn't changing. So if you're overusing the arm support, as you release it, your body will drop down. All right, so really firm up here, so that when you reach towards me with your underneath arm, there's no adjustment needed for that body. Good. So we're going to roll the right shoulder up to the ear, back and down. And then we'll reach the arm out in line with the shoulder. Good. Then this bone, the top of your arm, you're going to draw it into the shoulder girdle. So draw it in. And start to turn your palm to face up. Take it up to the ceiling. And then over alongside the ear. And reach. So So you've got that beautiful line of energy from your fingertips all the way down to the heel on that back foot. Soften the muscles either side of your spine. So make sure you haven't gone into kind of grip mode on your back. Keep the back muscles soft. Well done. Good. Now looking down at the floor, we're going to come into plank pose. So release your right hand down. Good. And step, and left hand down, sorry, step back to plank. Good. Or plank, not down at all. So we're going to have a go. I'll pop my knees down. In fact, you can pop your knees down for a moment and just sit on your heels. We're going to do kind of side plank. The foot will be behind the standing foot in a moment. So rather than, which we sometimes do, turning towards the leg that's bent, the leg that's bent will be behind us as we go into side plank. Okay, good. So from sitting, come up to all fours, return to plank, knees up or down. Well done. Press the floor away with your hands again. Navel to spine like we did right at the beginning. Good. If you want to do full chaturanga, you can, or knees again. Shoulders forwards and slowly lower to the floor. Keep your hands glued to the mat. So we're really going to work with cobra preparation now. So find your toenails and press them into the floor. Good. Keep your tailbone lengthening towards your heels. Notice how that helps firm up through that navel center. Good. Press down through your hands and pull them back as if you're trying to slide yourself forwards on your mat. With that, obviously we're not going to do that. Just creating that action in the arms. We're going to come up into cobra. We're going to roll the shoulders as we do that. So breathe in, come up into cobra. Keep that action in the hands as you exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Tailbone long, toenails pressing into the floor. That's a lot of work. So you might be aware of that. Well done. Slowly lower to your mat. Tap your toes. Come up and back to downward dog. Good. So we're going to do that with the side angle the other side, then we move to our side plank. So you're going to step your right foot to your right hand. I'll turn around so I'm facing you when we work in that way. Back heel spins and touches down. And just reach with your left arm. Briefly warrior two as you lift up. Fabulous. Good. Rocky warrior two. And then right forearm, right thigh. Left arm behind your back. Okay, good. So it's the same principle here. We want support from the forearm. We don't just want to lean into it without engaging any muscles to help us here. So try that little reach again. So firm up through the navel center. Reach your arm towards me. Well done. So as I say, if you release your arm and you find your body drops down, then you were overusing your arm to kind of support you here. So find that nice happy medium where you're doing a little bit of both. Supporting yourself with your body and also a little bit through the arm. Good. We're going to reach the left arm up in line with the shoulder. We'll roll the shoulder first. And we draw the arm in. So drawing that bones of the arm in towards the shoulder girdle. Turn the palm up. Good. Slowly reach up. And then over. It's got a beautiful diagonal line from your fingertips all the way back to that back heel. So keep reaching. If it takes your fancy, you can look up at that raised palm. Okay, either is fine. You can look down, in fact, at your foot. Check you haven't started to overload this arm again. So on this side, let's have a sneaky reach with the arm. Whoa, in the posture. Well done. Good, so looking down at the mat, bring your left hand to the floor as you release your left heel. Right hand down, step your right foot back, plank pose. Good, knees. Either just lower, remember turn your hands in slightly if you need to, or chaturanga, arm position. Same thing with cobra again. Alright, so make sure your hands are glued to your mat, firm up through your hands. Good. Press down, pull back, firm up through your toenails. Think pubic bone pressing into the floor this time. Then bring your shoulders up to your ears as you breathe in, lifting up. Exhale, release your shoulders back and down. We're just going to stay up for a few breaths here. Well done. One more breath. Slowly lower to my count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1, all the way down. Then make your way to hands and knees and sit back on your heels. Wiggle back to your heels. Extended child's pose, so all that means is the arms above the ears rather than back in the normal position that you would have them in. Well done. Good. So the side plank we're working with, and we'll do from the floor, we'll get to it from the floor. So come onto your, I'll mirror you actually, so come onto the outside of your left hip. Top leg is bent, the foot's behind. So it's in exactly the right place it needs to be. Supporting yourself on your left hand. Good. We're going to bring the, you can have your fingertips on the floor actually on your right hand, or you can have your hand on your hip, depending on how you're feeling. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, release your hips up. So now you've got the support of that foot behind you. Supported side plank. Reach up. Maybe extend the arm like we did in our little side angle pose. So this is the preparation for Wild Thing. The only difference is you're trying to get your chest to face up more. In your Wild Thing, slowly lower. Try not to just plonk yourself back down onto the mat. Well done. And we swing around to the other side. So just to give you a little preview of what we're working towards, it's kind of easy to get a feel for it sometimes. So top leg bends, foot goes on the floor behind the underneath leg, probably near the back of the knee. It's not jammed up there, but in that area with regards to being forwards or backwards. So you're supporting yourself on your right hand this time. Left fingertips to the floor to help if you prefer, or onto the waist. Take a breath in, firm up as you breathe out and release. Good. Firm up through that front foot as well, so really flex the foot. Reach up with the left arm. Now try that little technique, draw the arm in like we did when we were standing up. So draw your arm bones in towards your shoulder girdle and keep this underneath ear lifted up. Maybe extend. Reach, reach, reach. Press your hips up. Good, slowly circle that arm down. And with control and precision, come all the way back down to your mat. Well done. Okay, so you've got a low lunge to do and a little bit of an opposite foothold. So you might want to pad your knee for that. So coming to all fours again. Let's bring the right foot forwards by the right hand. We're looking to hold the left foot with the right hand. Okay, if that's not doable for you, you can just bend the leg and reach back, spreading your fingers actively. You can grab a strap or a tie or a dressing gown cord, and you can use that to help you. Or if you can grab hold of your trousers or your pants, whatever you're wearing, you can go for that. All right. So from here in this nice lunge position, patting that left knee if you need to, we're going to bend the leg, extend the foot, and reach to the inside of the foot. And draw the heel in and spin your chest as much as you can towards that front leg. So we're thinking now of working towards that Wild Thing chest position. So really turning up towards the ceiling. Rib cage, chest. Good. Draw the heel in to open the front of that quadricep, the hip. Keep your hips pressing down. Push the floor away with your left hand. Slowly release. Good. Tuck your back toes and gently make your way to downward dog. Plank, knees, chaturanga supported, floor. Press up to hands and knees. Other side. Left foot forwards. Good. So for those of you that have heard me rattle on about this, apologies. And it's one of those catch-22 situations really. As you develop length here, over the front of the leg, then you're less likely to be on the top of your knee. So it's less uncomfortable. But if you're still working and developing length here, you may find you're quite high up. And that's why it's sore, because you're right on your kneecap. So it really is nice to pad the knee just by perhaps flipping your mat over or grabbing a blanket. Okay, so your right hand stays firm on the floor. You're bending the right leg, you're reaching to the inside of the foot, you're drawing the foot in, and you're spinning your chest towards the left. Not just towards the left leg, you're thinking of turning the right side of your chest and ribs towards that left leg, or maybe the wall or the ceiling. You're doing your best. You're drawing the heel in to create length. As you do that, be careful you're not just popping your bottom back. If it's quite uncomfortable, you may naturally do that and not even be aware of it. So use your breath to ride the sensation here. Well done. Don't forget to keep that supporting hand active so we're not collapsing down into the shoulder. Good. Gently release the foot. Well done. Step the left foot back. Well done. And this time we'll wave to the floor. So thighs, hips, pubic bone, ribcage, chest, forehead. So just going to work with the variation of bow pose. We're going to come onto our forearms, so Sphinx arms, and we're going to bend the legs and cross the ankles. So your knees are about shoulder-ish, no, sitting bone distance apart. We're going to cross your ankles. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, see if you can release the thighs off your mat. It's quite a strong movement, so just release the legs for a moment, give them a bit of a roll, come back to where you were, and go back to that hand position we did earlier, pressing down and pulling back towards you. So keep the arms really active, especially the pads of your fingers. Good, navel to spine, and now left. See if that feels any different. Well done. Notice which ankle is crossed on top of the other as you release, let the legs almost flop to the floor. Hands stack, elbows out, head on your hands. A little shimmy of the hips from side to side. Well done. Well, let's do the same thing but with the other ankle crossed in front. So we'll go straight to the arms working for us. Alright, so bend the legs, other ankle in front. It will be your least favourite foot because it will be an unnatural movement, so it will feel odd, which is why you don't normally do it. So find the odd feel, then cross the ankle in front. Good. Spread your fingers, shoulders back and down. Good. Pubic bone pressing, navel to spine. Firm up through the hands, push down, pull back like you're trying to pull your chest forwards, and then lift. Take a few breaths. If this doesn't work for your lower back, it's fine. Just bend the legs and do the arm and chest action without lifting the thighs or trying to lift the thighs. Well done. Slowly release. Stack your hands again and bring your forehead onto your head. Hands. Hopefully your forehead's already on your head. If not, send me a picture. I'm intrigued. Good. Hips swing from side to side. Well done. And we press up to hands and knees, and we have a little bit of a breather in your child's pose. So arms where they are, where everything's soft and relaxed. Well done. So we'll be stepping, just come up so you're sitting on the heels. We'll be transitioning from downward dog to side plank now, but from downward dog. So it's a little bit different than from the floor, in that we need to bend a leg and drop it to the floor behind us. So I'll just quickly demonstrate for you. Downward dog. You'll lift your right leg up in this instance, you'll curl the heel in towards the buttock. Then you'll start to reach your heel and your bent leg over to the left, okay? Now the way to get that leg down is you probably need to bend your left leg a little bit. Spin on the ball of the foot. Have faith. Use your tummy support to bring that right foot down. Straighten the left. We're back into our side plank position that we found earlier. Hand to your heart here. And then see if you can spin your chest up and maybe reach back rather than up. So try to turn away from me a little bit. I won't take it personally. Alright, so that's where we're going for. If that doesn't work, you can go back to coming to side plank from the floor and join us in that sort of variation of downward dog wild thing. Okay, good. Yeah. Here we go. Let's go to downward dog the way we did right at the beginning. Spread your fingers. Firm up through the hands. Lift your armpits. Keep that lift as you transition to downward dog. So it's so easy to focus on the legs in downward dog because for most people that's where they feel a sensation and you forget about the arms. So think here but also think rib cage in. Good. So we're going to bend the right leg and we're going to lift the heel up. Then lift the knee out to the right and start to move your right foot across to the left side. Bend the left leg, lift the heel, spin on the ball of the foot. Good, now start to drop your right foot to the floor. Now somewhere you'll have to release your right hand before your right foot gets down. Go for it. Good. Now probably in some funky leg position now. Straighten the left leg. You're on the outside of your left foot. Good. Right hand to your heart. And see if you can spin your chest more towards the sky. If that's okay, reach back behind you and press your hips. Press them up. Smile into your heart. Well done. Bring your hand back to your heart. And we just kind of rewind the pose. So bring the right hand down, release the right foot, stretch the leg out behind you, pop your foot on your mat, pop your knees down, sit on your heels, close your eyes. Give yourself a little pat on the back if that's something you've never tried before and you're giving it a go. Good, so other side. Same thing on the other side. Think of scooping your tailbone as well this time, that might help, and curling your head back. So you've got a beautiful arc along the spine, opening the chest. This is what's giving you emotional freedom. And the opening on the front of the legs, the hips, is giving you that physical freedom. So 2 boxes ticked in one go. Awesome. Okay, good. So hands and knees, firm up through your hands, lift up through your armpits, make your way to downward dog. Remember to work from the floor if you prefer to get to side plank that way. Good. Lift the left leg, curl a heel in. Good. Now turn your left knee out to the left without collapsing into your right arm. And then push your foot over to the right, keeping it bent. Look at your right foot. Lift the heel as you bend the leg. Spin on the ball of the right foot to help you drop your left foot to the floor just before release your left hand. Good. Straighten the right leg. You're now on the outside of your right leg, sorry. Left hand to your heart. Well done. Maybe reaching back behind you, pressing the hips up. Don't forget to curl your tailbone and curl your head back. Take some really good breaths. Good, and then we rewind. Good, stretch the leg out. Good, pop the foot down. Both knees to the mat. Sitting back into your expression of child's pose. And just focus a little bit of attention on your wrists as you do that. Maybe a little squeeze at the wrist joints. And a little movement, a wave of movement through your fingers, little finger to thumb. And then relax. And breathe. So stay as you are. I'll just sit up again to chat to you. So as you rest here in child's pose, you might notice a lot of things going on. Heat. Maybe your brain is still a little bit active because of all the instructions that I had to share with you. But just take a moment to bathe in the warmth of your efforts and to rest here in Balasana, child's pose. So what I'd like you to do, without disturbing yourself too much, is to lie back on your mat. I'm going to sit up because I'm just going to share some words with you, but I'll initially come down so we know where we're meant to be. So maybe legs in a V shape, rolling down, release into Shavasana, relaxation pose. Or maybe from the floor you'd rather have your legs bent, feet wide, knees tenting together. Either of those is fine. The most important thing is that you feel comfy and relaxed. So it's no good copying a picture or in a book if that doesn't help you relax and release. So wherever you are, just allow your head to roll softly from side to side a few times. Try not to fling it. Just use the weight of your head to take it one way and then the other. Next time you come towards centre, let your head be really heavy at that point. Adjust it if you feel that perhaps your neck and the rest of your spine aren't in a nice straight line. So take a moment to adjust your body to feel balanced and so that the whole of your body can be supported by the surface it's on. Stay as you are whilst I sit up so I can share the words that I'd like to share with you. So from the floor, eyes are softly closed and your body is softly breathing. Long, slow breathing. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Notice with each exhalation, your body begins to soften a little bit more. The edges soften and the muscles release, the bones get a little heavier. And the skin on your body is almost like it's 2 sizes too big now as it drapes itself over the muscles and the bones. As you continue to relax, remember, you are the child who danced in the sunshine, the young person who dreamed of changing the world. You are the admirer of all beauty around you, the spirit who cannot be tied down. You are the best that you can imagine, a bundle of possibilities yearning to be fulfilled. Live your dreams and shine like the sun. And now from the floor, begin to make small movements with your hands, your fingers. Maybe stretch your legs out if they are bent, moving your toes, your feet and ankles. Draw the legs together along the length of your mat, and on your next inhale, sweep the arms up alongside the ears. Fill your body to its maximum. And then find a little bit more space to breathe air into. Hold the air within you for a second or two more, then let it go with that audible sigh. Well done. Gently bring the knees onto the chest. Use your hands to support the knees. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, curl up. Bring your head up first as the first part of the movement. And maybe a little rock from side to side in this tight little ball position. Coming back to the centre. Release your head and your shoulders. Pop one foot down and the other. Roll to one side. Take your time to come up so you're sitting comfortably on your mat. Hands together at the heart centre. So today I'd like to wish you peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace. and peace.